Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the MCT Podcast. We have the M, we have the T. The C is off this week for his birthday, so it's just M and T. How's it going, Michael? How are you been?
Well, I guess you could say we did not see that coming. I'll be back next week.
That was a horrible pun. We're canceling this entire thing now. This is done.
We're done. That's it. Bye. No, in all seriousness, Chris, he's working so hard, so diligently. And he looked at me and said, "Hey, you lazy bones, why don't you come back for an episode and I'll take the week off?" And he's just currently, I don't think we were supposed to tell him this, but he's just currently sitting at home opening up Pokemon card packs right now.
How dare he? How dare he? He got a free pack. A free pack.
Yeah. A free, not a free pack, a free freaking box.
A $50 box. He orders 225s, 150, and they gave him an extra 50 free on accident. Ridiculous. Lucky duck.
Man's luck.
Very
insane.
Well, unlike him, he spends his money on Pokemon cards. We spend it on betting. And let's talk about some of the, recent events over here with baseball playoffs going on right now. Michael, throw us off on that.
Thank you, Tade. So in recent news, when it comes to the baseball playoffs, it has been just an absolute stomping ground for one Enrique Hernandez, who has been on an absolute tear for the Boston Red Sox so far this postseason. I swear, it's like he's hitting a beach ball. In other news, the Dodgers got absolutely positively screwed in Game 5. I know it's a judgment call. It's a bang thing. You got to make a quick judgment.
I mean, they didn't get screwed. The Giants got screwed.
I know.
But the Dodgers got screwed out of a good win.
Nah. It was a fun game. It was fun. It went back. It started off as a pitcher's duel, which is not what we all expected. And then it got really close, really tense in the last couple of innings. And that's just not how you want to see a season end for a team. I feel like if I was an umpire, and robot umpires should exist, to quote Tade from every other week we talked about baseball.
Robots do good.
Just play it safe. Don't end somebody's season on a quick judgment call. Play it safe. There it was still I believe we wanted to say it was a 1-2 count. Just play it safe. No, didn't do it. Let him go. Let him get another pitch in there. It'll be a little bit more decisive. But that's baseball. Oh well. Dodgers are in the championship series against the Braves right now. So shout out to 99% of the country that are currently Braves fans. And
I am part of that 1%. Let's go Dodgers. Only because I want them to go to the World Series and then lose. So then my cousin cries again. When they went a couple of years ago and lost, he went to those games and against the Astros when they lost that first time. He cried and it was funny. I love the tears. And then they won against the cheating Astros still. So good for him.
I mean, I am a big fan of Max Scherzer. So I'm pulling a little bit for the Dodgers right now, but yeah, it'd be nice to have some kind of variety in the next couple of years. But we're not going to spend too much time on baseball. It's been a fun, exciting postseason. If you haven't tuned in to watch it yet, please do. Betting wise, it's been a lot of fun. But we're going to shift into something that I feel like Tade is going to talk about, or maybe not talk about. I don't want to talk about it. Tade, what happened Monday night?
Monday night, ladies and gentlemen. ESPN decided to air the Colts game while talking about John Gruden. So nice of them, so lovely. Manning and Manning were off that night, so it was just a great old ESPN regular broadcast in which the Indianapolis Colts, coming in as underdogs, decided to stomp on the Baltimore Ravens for 3 quarters. And then our kicker gets hurt on the sidelines doing who knows what. And then
building Legos.
And then just Lamar Jackson goes off on throwing, which everyone says, oh, what a great game for them. Oh, Lamar Jackson's the MVP. The Colts were underdogs. We're killing the Ravens until the third quarter, and then Ravens came back. So, and we only lost in overtime by 6, so because of the touchdown. So I don't see where Lamar Jackson was doing that good if they had to pull off a miracle comeback to win, because he was crappy in the first 2 quarters. And it was mostly because our defense got hurt anyways. So the Colts are depressing. We're now 1-4 when we could have been 2-3 coming into this weekend against the Texans and be 3-3. I wonder if Hard Knocks is having a good time watching this team, because we're not.
I mean, here's my thing. I was talking before the last time I was on about panic level. And I said these next few games from Tennessee to Baltimore were going to be key on how my panic level goes up. My panic level has gone up a bit, but not by a lot. I'm still going to be at like a 4 out of 10, purely because the games we're competing in that we're barely losing in are against playoff caliber teams that you expect to make the playoffs at the end of the year, with the exception of Seattle, but Seattle's kind of playing hurt right now. And they're with Russell Wilson, they're always in it. Oh, yeah. At the start of the year, they were easily in it. And we're competing. We're almost there. And I do believe that this team has a run in them like what we had last year. And as a matter of fact, pretty much every year since Andrew Luck has been there. So, yeah, the Cardiac Colts, they got that name for a reason. And it sucks. Lamar Jackson, like I said that Monday night as I was steaming mad. This was a great game for Lamar Jackson, but he's an MVP level quarterback. And we kind of expect in those big moments for those guys to shine. So why weren't we better prepared for it? It honestly looked like the defense was completely taken aback by an MVP winning quarterback can throw the ball.
Who would have guessed again? He's a quarterback. It wasn't even
and they weren't even targeting our very hurt secondary. They were attacking inside, especially at Mark Andrews at tight end.
Is this why Brett Huntley's our scout QB for the defense? Is that why we're losing?
I don't know. And I genuinely I don't get it. I don't understand it. But it's something that's going to get cleaned up because we were in the game. There wasn't a moment where we weren't in that game.
I mean, we technically would have won it if Blankenship had hit an extra point. One of his 2 missed kicks, free field goals. So, I mean, I don't blame him too much because he was hurt, but also like it was a winnable game. We should have won it. Why didn't Sanchez kick it? Who knows?
Well, Sanchez missed.
Sanchez missed it when they had that free one, so he could have readjusted and got it, I think.
But the big thing is this was a rough week for kickers all around.
Oh, yeah.
And so far, I'm happy to say that no kicker lost their job because I think everyone in the NFL is just writing this up to as a week will never be talked about again by kickers.
Matt Crosby was not doing well.
Yeah, Crosby was like, at a 20. The announcers screwed him, though.
They jinxed him so hard. The announcers during games says, "Oh, yeah, he hasn't missed a single kick all game." Next kick he goes, misses it.
Wasn't it Jonathan Vilma in that press box, too?
I have no idea.
I want to say it was Jonathan Vilma because Vilma kept saying, "You're jinxing him. You're jinxing him. You're jinxing him." He's like, "No, he'll be fine. We got this. If he misses it, then we'll accept it as a drink." Oh, there it goes. Oh, there goes another one. And I mean, the Bengals young kicker celebrating early. I know he's getting a lot of flack for that, but
it's like a Swaggy P type moment.
I forgot about that.
I love that. I love Swaggy P.
I love Swaggy P. I love Swaggy P. That man just radiates confidence. It doesn't matter what he does.
Except for him dogging on my boy D'Angelo Russell. It's not his fault you cheated, Swaggy. Let go of the guy. It's not his fault it got leaked. When he didn't want to cheat on Iggy Azalea. So, yeah, don't cheat. That's your fault, Swaggy.
You don't want to get caught. Don't do it.
Yeah, D'Angelo Russell's better than him. He's a star on the team. Screw you, Magic Johnson. You also didn't help the situation. I hate Magic Johnson so much. Worst GM
I'm not
ever.
A fan. I'm not a fan.
President
of
basketball operations.
It's been a couple weeks since we've been on, so I'm sitting here thinking, like, man, what did we miss NFL wise? That should.
I mean, a couple weeks since you've been on, Michael. I've been here the entire time. Well, the Cardinals got Ertz.
That's true. Hey, he woke up 5-0 yesterday morning. Like, shout out to him. Like, he has got to be absolutely ecstatic to be on a. I mean, he spent his entire life in Philly. He's going out where it's warm. He's going to get to play with Kyler Murray. Like,
That team got so much better on offense now because he's there. They already had a good defense. They already had a good offense. They're just getting better. They're basically the Tampa Bay of the West.
And Zach Ertz put
on
up some
the West
of his
Coast,
best numbers.
not East Coast, because they're the same division. So
Zach Ertz put up some of his best numbers when Michael Vick was still quarterback at the Eagles. So him playing with a guy like Kyler Murray, that I feel like is going to bring back a kind of a second renewed energy for Zach Ertz. So I'm really excited to see what the Cardinals do this year. I am still not 110% committed to the Cardinals as a 110% legitimate playoff contender because I get my hopes up every year with them. So it is
a couple years when they were really good, they just got to hurt QB. It's not their fault.
Yeah, but like Carson Palmer being there, Kurt Warner was there. Was it like the last two really good quarterbacks before Kyler Murray? Am I missing someone?
Sam Bradford.
Kevin Cobb
was there for a little bit.
Was Sam Bradford there? I don't think so.
I feel like Sam Bradford was there.
I gotta Google this.
Yeah, let's Google their QBs. Also, I want to say Carson Wentz did really good this weekend, so props to him.
He's done really good the last couple playing hurt. Like
so like once his ankles get better, he'll be crappy again.
Well, I think he's also now
Colt
getting
McCoy
the trust.
Is on this team right now. Good for them.
Colt McCoy's the backup. Yeah. I thought it was that old rugby guy.
Drew Stanton, I remember him. Blaine Gabbert, Carson Palmer, Ryan Lindley is who I was thinking of. Not Sam Bradford.
I know Kevin Cobb was down there. He got paid a boatload of money to suck.
I was thinking of the bigger white guys. Wow, Ryan Lindley. He went to the Patriots for a bit there too as a backup.
Anyway, we're getting off topic here. We're getting off topic.
The Cardinals, I think they're not going to go 17-0. They're not going to go undefeated. It's not going to happen with them. Are they going to be a really good team? Yeah. Are they going to go deep in the playoffs? Probably. I think that they have a good depth at defense. They have a good QB. Who's going to stop them? The Chargers? Probably. That's the biggest threat in that conference, really, right now at this point, because Justin Herbert is God.
And this is why I was really mad that draft when he was coming out. I kept telling people that people are sleeping on Justin Herbert because they think he's soft-spoken, that he doesn't have a lot of drive, and he plays in Oregon.
Well, I was sleeping on Kyle Murray because he liked baseball more than football.
I honestly
turns out he likes both the same.
Honestly, I would love to see him pull a Deion Sanders and do both. I would have loved it, mainly because me being an MLB The Show fan, a Kyler Murray card would be absolutely legit.
That'd be so funny if he was like on the Giants and like they were in the postseason. He'd be playing still now and be like back and forth. Or he would
technically, I guess
Diamondbacks. Technically,
well, he got drafted by the Athletics, and his rights are still owned, if I remember correctly, by the Oakland Athletics.
Billy Bean's not giving it up.
No, we're gonna hold out. We're gonna hold out.
He'll come eventually, guys. I swear.
The numbers say this. He'll come back. I swear. Nah,
he'll be like
signed by
30. Come back.
At this point, I think
he'll be 30 and be able to play still because the MLB lets 30-year-olds play till they're 40.
Some. A lot of people come and go very quickly in baseball. The term "cup of coffee" is very relevant in that sport.
A lot of Ball State players do, at least. High round draft picks. Bust.
Moving on to I feel like a topic that was gonna be a little painful, I think.
Oh, you mean the giant news from ESPN during the Colts game?
Yeah, I mean it was basically a John Gruden coverage fest with the Monday football game in the background.
Yeah. Which,
to be fair, that was a big time thing. Don't disagree with that being on. But since he was a former broadcaster at ESPN, and most of those emails that were found were during his time as a broadcaster at ESPN, it's not really a good look for them at all.
Well, his brother was QB of the Washington football team, aka the former Redskins.
You mean head coach?
His brother was, head coach.
Yeah, you said QB.
Oh, did I say QB? I'm dumb.
Yeah. Say like coach. I don't think. What was his brother's name? Jay Gruden? Is it Jay Gruden? I don't think he would.
Jay and John.
I mean, he would have been better than RG3. Oof. Yeah,
they had Kirk Cousins during that time period, so it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I always gave them crap for that move, but I guess it worked out for them, kind of. But I know most people aren't gonna come here and say like, man, the MCT podcast, I really want to see what Michael and Todd have to say about politics and social stuff. And I'm going to keep my statement on this very, very brief. It's 2021. Stop. Grow. Be better. And the people who are very inclusive and only work with and talk to like-minded or like-looking individuals, this is the kind of stuff that we see. And here in Indiana, unfortunately, it's something that we see a little bit more frequently.
What? I would never have guessed that, Michael. Are you kidding me? What?
Can't tell. Especially, I was a little bit more angry about it with my mom, with her wife. She was very upset. They were both very big John Gruden fans, and hear what they were saying about her community. It's hurtful. As someone who is already, really kind of scared to go out in public anyway, as they are. So be better, do better. I know this isn't the last time we're going to hear about John Gruden. I don't expect to ever see him in any kind of football capacity ever again. Ever. But
they did get rid of him in the Tampa Bay Ring of Honor, but they didn't get rid of Warren Sapp, known prostitute collector.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
You got fired from NFL Network over that.
Yeah. For NFL fans out there, Warren Sapp, during Super Bowl weekend, decided, hey, I'm going to hire some prostitutes. Oh, hey, hi, FBI. What are you doing here investigating these prostitutes? Oh, it's sex trafficking. Whoops. Good job, Warren Sapp. Yeah, he's still on the Ring of Honor, though. I mean, good job.
I know
the NFL doesn't do a good job of really controlling this because individual teams aren't the league. But I think there needs to be some consistency from owners and the league and teams to be like, hey, guys, we should really not let wife beaters in. We should not really let people with, high crimes in. Michael Vick served his time and came back. A lot of these guys buy off their plaintiffs and get settled cases before they go to actual court, which is legal, but it's a bad look. Greg Hardy played for the Cowboys still after he beat his wife. So
still in the UFC.
Yeah, now he's in the UFC doing what he loves. I don't bet on him. I bet against Greg Hardy all the time because I want to see him lose. And I don't want to make money off him.
That guy who chugged beer out of his shoe after knocking out Greg Hardy is an absolute legend. So especially since Greg Hardy called him out to the center of the octagon just to box and he got laid out.
So gross.
But here's the thing, and I like what you said there about consistency, because it seems like the NFL will do anything it can to protect its star players unless it's something that's receiving way too much national attention.
What in the Colin Kaepernick are you talking about?
Michael Vick that was a lot of news circulating around that. So it took a lot. It took him serving his time, and it took Tony Dungy himself. He had to prove himself to Tony Dungy of all people. And Tony Dungy had to convince Andy Reid, hey, I trust him. And I know Andy Reid read on the second saying that his word carried a lot of weight in that decision to bring in Michael Vick and to show that he was truly a changed human being.
Yeah.
And proof that people can change, yes. But
what happens to Andy Reid? He gets fired.
Yeah. And then we got Chad Kelly and the Dream Team.
Chip Kelly.
Sorry.
Chad Kelly's Notre Dame's coach. Yeah.
Yeah, Chip Kelly and that old Dream Team fiasco.
That was great. I don't know what you're talking. I love that. Was so fun watching them. Watching those schemes.
Here's a name you probably haven't heard in a while. Nnamdi Asomugha. You remember Awesome Watch?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a name, isn't it? That him switching to the Eagles ruined his career. Still on that, I will stand on that. I watched him when he was on the Raiders.
Oh yeah,
he was better than Darrelle Revis. We want to talk about Revis Island. Nnamdi Asomugha. Nobody threw towards him at all, ever. He would go weeks without seeing the ball. People would target Darrelle Revis every now and again. They'd get a little ballsy.
It's funny nobody targeted. Richard Sherman's good, but only plays one side of the ball. Darrelle Revis went everywhere. So Nnamdi, but then
Darrelle Revis.
It's called Island for a reason. Rivas Island because he went everywhere.
Well, Darrelle Revis, Nnamdi Asomugha, those guys wanted like that best matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Sherman was like, this half the field, gone. Bye.
Yeah.
Which
doesn't help when you go again. Well, Richard Sherman also got beat by T.Y. Hilton pretty bad a couple years ago too. So in his prime.
Satisfying.
But no, yeah, for Gruden also, it's like for people that aren't like upset about it, it doesn't matter if you're upset, you're not an offended party. Go ask the head of the NFL Players Association that got insulted by Gruden. He's offended because the man was talking about him. He's not talking about you. He's talking about him. His community's offended by it. What do you want?
I would have. Yeah, and you're not wrong. I didn't mean to cut you off there, buddy.
Oh, you're good.
Carl Nassib. That's another one. And I want to say this. I would have loved to see John Gruden come out and be like, hey, I'm going to own this because I said it and there's proof of that. But I also want to try and show you that I have changed since those were sent. And
he didn't do that.
No, he hilariously tried to bury it.
Oh, guys, I didn't know I did this. Oh, it was a long time ago. I didn't know. Oh, wait, 3 years ago. It was a
private conversation.
I remember talking crap about customers when in my old jobs with other teammates on Microsoft Teams. So that can be looked up. We're talking crap about customers. I can remember that. It's 4 years ago. I made hilarious jokes. Come on, John Gruden can remember these emails. He can remember the pictures he got about the Washington cheerleaders from Bruce Allen. He can remember that.
Oh,
I sure hope he would remember them.
That whole fiasco, man.
But don't worry, the NFL says it's buried because it's an upstanding league with great values. No, NFL's a good product. It has just a horrible head of agency, horrible team management by owners. At least if you look at MLB, the owners are crap. We know that.
Not all of them.
Robert's crap, but Manfred's crap. It doesn't matter though, because at least they're like, you know what? We're not going to do something crazy besides the umpires screwing games. We can't touch them because of the union. That's it. Just umpires suck. NHL, if you look at it, they're just money hungry owners who hide concussions from their teams. That's the big scandal over there. MLS, cheap owners. Basketball,
a little bit more similar.
Yeah.
Very nosy, very hands-on ownership.
At least those leagues take care of the big issues that happen quickly. They're like, nah, yeah, sell your team. You're done.
Well, then the NFL commissioners, not the NFL, the NBA commissioners, they handle that whole, what was it, the Clippers owner?
Yeah, Clippers.
That whole situation beautifully.
Donald Sterling.
Not a second of hesitation on their part. Nope, screw you, get out. We don't want that here. And they listen to their players. Hey, this is what we want to tackle. And they go, okay, what do we do? The NFL blacklisted 2 players. And
they got sued for it.
Tanked. Hilariously, because they just wouldn't listen to what the players wanted to do. The coaches did. But I still remember a lot of owners. What's his name? Cromartie. Antonio Cromartie got cut by the Colts. Now, granted, your boss says don't do it and you do it anyway. That's a whole other situation. But you got to listen to your players sometimes, and it has to be even and fair and consistent.
Yeah.
The NFL doesn't handle what the league wants to do consistently, and they don't handle punishing people who paint them in a bad light consistently.
No.
Guys like Warren Sapp versus John Gruden. Colin Kaepernick versus, Greg Hardy, or
Cole Beasley.
Breaking
Darius Leonard breaking Cooper. Colts protocol all the time. And Carson Wentz breaking Colts protocol all the time. I don't see fines on them because they're star players.
Well, Riley Cooper at a concert. You remember that whole fiasco?
Yeah. And it's when Chip Kelly was coach of the Eagles. And then he said racist things, and everyone said, "Oh, Chip Kelly's a racist because he supports his player," and then just caused so much confusion.
Alden Smith. Josh Gordon. Literally got arrested with felony charges. Smokes weed. What?
I feel bad for Josh Gordon, of all people, with all his suspensions and everything. At least he's back with Kansas City. Good for him.
And he still looks healthy. He's still got his speed. Yeah, he's older, but he's still spry.
When he was in Cleveland, I remember he took up a car dealership job when he was on his first suspension. And I'm thinking he can always go back to that. And then I realized car dealerships are running out of cars. So he can't go back to that after this.
He's got this. He's gonna win a ring in KC. He's gonna have a breakout year next year, and it's gonna be happy stories for Josh Gordon.
Probably
until they
not.
test him for weed again. Until they test him for weed again.
Yeah, like every day. He needs to just buy someone's pee. Makes sense to me. Just have some on hand in your pocket or something, like in a vial. Get ready. It'll be like an
FBI,
episode of The Venture Brothers.
Oh my God.
Have a vial of pee ready. You're good.
Yeah, just have it on hand all times.
All time. During mid-game, got to keep it like on a necklace.
Speaking of drug testing, did you see that Myles Garrett got randomly drug tested after playing a game with no sleeves on for the first time?
I did not, but I believe it because that man is swole.
He is a gigantic, massive human being, and the brown sleeves usually kind of hide that a little bit, makes his arms look a little bit smaller than they actually are. He played a game without them on. I think it was against Minnesota. And there was an Instagram picture of him flexing, and I swear, like those arms were bigger than my head, and that's saying a lot.
It's like Saquon Barkley's calves. Saquon's calves, Garrett's arms, DK Metcalf's stomach. Let's go with Aaron Donald's head because it's big.
It is. He has big head.
With Aaron Rodgers' hair because that hair is big too.
Not even the longest.
That's a big football player. If you just combine all those together, I'll say that.
That's true. Who's the tallest player in the league? We got to add height in there.
I don't know. We could say Brock Osweiler. Bring him back.
Brock Osweiler.
Wasn't he like 6'8"? I swear.
He was like 6'9".
Yeah, dude was tall.
Yeah, couldn't move.
John Elway loves his tall quarterbacks. Trevor Siemian, is he still in the league? That counts. Mitch Trubisky's like 6'7", I think.
Calais Campbell 6'8".
Okay, active player, Calais Campbell.
Oh, there's actually
6'8".
Hold on, there's actually a tallest player in the NFL, shortest player in the NFL. So Baltimore Ravens offensive lineman Alejandro Villanueva. There's 6'9".
That's crazy. 6'9".
And the shortest player in the league is Rondale Moore at 5'7". Nope, Tariq Cohen 5'6". So they actually have this sorted by team. Why do we have this sorted by team?
Weird.
What is this list I'm looking at, NBC Sports?
All right. So now that we're done with the NFL for a bit, we'll go on to sports betting because we're both addicts. And then we've gotten Craig of Crash Course. Craig. Whoopsies. Sorry, Craig TV. You are now addicted as well. Our bad. My bad. It's my fault.
It's investments. For legal reasons, it's investments.
It's not legal reasons, investments. Investments be taxed more than us. Actually, no, it wouldn't be. Anywho, though, for NFL games this week, underdogs, I'm going to say, let's go Chargers underdogs to win. Let's go Arizona Cardinals underdogs to win. I'm kind of mad about that because now it's plus 150 of the odds. And when I bet on it originally, it was only plus 140 because their coach is out for COVID. But it's the Cardinals versus the Browns. The Cardinals are going to win because they'll have better offense.
How are the Cardinals not the favorite in that game?
I don't know. And then I want to say the Raiders over the Broncos. However, they had their entire scandal happened. So I don't know if the teams actually practice this week. And Denver Broncos have a good defense. So I'll just go with 2 underdogs plus Colts to win. That's
Okay.
mine. What do you got?
Well, for mine, underdog, I'm going to go underdogs again. Okay. I genuinely like the Jaguars +3 against the Miami Dolphins.
I was thinking that, but Tua's back and maybe he's got some little steroids in him, maybe some plasma from Germany while they're overseas. I don't know.
Well, like the big reason why is Trevor Lawrence and James Robinson. James Robinson's been on an absolute tear lately. Shout out to my fantasy team. Thank you. I almost cut him at the start of the year. But Trevor Lawrence, I think, he's getting a little frustrated. He's getting a little angry. And so
it is a home game for the Jags, too, because London is their second home.
Oh, is that in London?
Yeah, it's a
London
game.
I didn't even see that.
9:30.
Oh, yeah, Jags. Jags. That's it. Jags.
Yeah.
Like, you bet the Jags in London. Pat McAfee even agrees on that one. You bet on the Jags.
Pat McAfee has horrible betting odds. Don't listen to Pat McAfee. Let me pull up what Pat McAfee's at right now for this year on FanDuel.
I know. Last night he got a little upset. On Thursday night he got a little upset at Tom Brady, because he cost him a lot of money.
You know, who cost me a lot of money on Thursday Night Football? Mike Evans, because he wasn't throwing the ball. Seven leg parlay in game, same game. Tampa made a win, plus 1 touchdown at least scored in the first quarter. Antonio Brown 50 yards. Leonard Fournette 14.5 over catching yards. Mike Evans over 55 catching yards, and then sacks by both teams.
We want to talk about angry, because that's frustrating, but you can blame Tom Brady on that one.
Oh yeah, yours.
Mine, I had a 9-leg parlay for winners in the afternoons games and the morning game, which is that London game last week. $2 bet was going to pay out 90. The Carolina Panthers allowing the Eagles to come back and win that game screwed me out of $90. And then the evening games, the Raiders losing also screwed me out of my bet. They got blown out.
Pat McAfee is 33 and 38, by the way.
So not horrendous, but not
under
great.
50. He went 11 and 6 over last weekend to try to catch up. So before that, he was then 22 and 32, which is horrendous. So he's got up there at least. He cut in half.
Yeah. The other one I'm going to go with, I'm going to also go with you. I like the Chargers against the Ravens.
Yep.
I just see Justin Herbert. I don't see how you stop that offense at all yet.
You can't.
And Baltimore allowed the Colts to walk all over them, and I would argue that the Chargers are more high-powered.
Exactly. And they have a better defense than us. Because it has depth and it has people.
And Joey Bosa.
Brown is out. And Brown's out.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm. So the Ravens have one less receiver, which is what they need because they don't have any.
I'm also going to take the Lions against the Bengals because MCDC needs a win. Just straight up. And I think after the last few weeks, he's very angry, very
against
passionate.
Joe Burrow?
Like Joey B. I love Joey B. And this game is.
Jamar Chase is downfield. He throws it to him. It's a touchdown on every single time.
I love Jamar Chase.
He's so good.
Oh my gosh, he's so good. A buddy of mine was at that game. A friend of the show, actually, Bryce Williams, was at that game, and he had low-level seats, and man, he was freaking out. But he went as a Cincinnati fan.
Colts. I like middle.
So we're going to a game then, right?
I like bowl seats.
MCT goes to Colts game. Can we make that happen?
I don't think they're going to let us in with the equipment.
What equipment? I'm on my iPad. What equipment?
I got a mic. I got headphones. I have the computer that does all the recording.
Oh. We
Oh
figured
yeah,
out.
that part about it. That's right. We'll just do one
Bah.
boom there the entire time. Hey everybody, this is the MCT Podcast here at the Colts Stadium.
Hey guys,
We're
welcome
getting
to
a
the
hot dog.
vlog. Welcome to the vlog. I'm gonna go buy a beer. Welcome to the vlog. No, I would be swearing too much at a Colts game for Craig to be okay with that.
Yeah,
He would have to put in a lot of bleeps.
Oh man, last time I've gotten a lot of losses for the Colts. The only win I did go though, however, to the AFC Championship game where we beat the Patriots and went to the Super Bowl and then won. I went to the AFC Championship game, so that's my favorite moment from episode 1. That's a callback from our favorite moments in sports history.
I've been to 2 Colts games. One was the Colts versus Chiefs in the final season of the RCA Dome. Adam Vinatieri walk-off field goal. I bought a Joseph Adai jersey. I still own it. It's in my closet. Number 2 is Luck's rookie season against the Dolphins, and I called perfectly the touchdown pass to T.Y. Hilton that pushed the Colts out in front of that game. Nice. And that was when Reggie Bush was still on the Dolphins. Like, that was a fun game. Ryan Tannehill, that was a big coming out game for him too. So that was a fun game. I want to go to more. Really do. So we'll see if we can make that happen. Probably not. Colts games are expensive.
They are.
I don't think
Who
I
else
have
you
another
got?
bet for you. Well, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to switch up gears a little bit. We're going to go to baseball.
Okay.
And
who you got?
Specifically, why can't I see tomorrow's game? I can't see the lines for tomorrow.
Yeah, they're not showing it. That's weird. Are there no games tomorrow?
There should be, but it should still be to see the next series.
Let me pull up the old good ESPN app. All right, so we think Jaguars over the Dolphins. We think Chargers over Baltimore.
Yep.
We think you said
Detroit over Cincy.
Detroit over Cincy. I'm not vouching for that one. Colts over the Texans. Do a same game parlay for that one. Easy bet.
Bet on T.Y. Hilton. Bet the over on T.Y. Hilton.
Don't bet the over on T.Y. Hilton.
Texas killer.
He's the Texas killer who hasn't practiced with the Colts at all.
He was practicing this week.
I don't believe
he was at practice Wednesday.
Tomorrow's game is Dodgers versus Braves.
Okay. So I'm going to go out on a limb here, and let's see what the series is at right now. It's 2-2.
It's going to be at Dodgers. It's going
pretty well.
No, it's going to be at Braves.
No, it's still
game 1 today, game 2 tomorrow. Yeah.
Right, but it's 2-2-1-2.
Yeah, aren't they at the Dodgers Stadium already?
No, they're in Atlanta.
They're in Atlanta. Why?
Because Atlanta was the higher rated seed.
Really? Oh yeah, Dodgers were a wild card. That's right.
Yeah, even though they have the better record, the Atlanta was the higher rated seed
of 28 games.
Yeah, because the Giants were that good. The Giants didn't win. The Giants won the division. Games. The Braves won theirs. But I'm gonna go on a limb here because I don't know who pitched tonight. It was Corey Knebel, which means I'm gonna go on a limb and say tomorrow it's gonna be either Mad Max or it's going to be Walker Buehler. If it's Walker Buehler, I'm going Atlanta. If it's Mad Max, I'm going LA. Like, plain and simple, Mad Max Scherzer is a force to be reckoned with, and I will take him any day of the week. Bet for strikeouts on Mad Max, by the way, +5. If you would have bet on Logan Webb the other night, $100 bet would have paid out $250. He got, I think he got 8 or 9 strikeouts that game. So, yeah, the odds were very much in that, against that happening, and he went out and did it. I bet the over on Mad Max strikeouts, whatever he's pitching. But yeah, that's gonna be my picks of the week. Will I remember them next week? Probably not, but we'll find out.
I'm gonna go ahead and put $10 on the Jags right here because I think that's a good bet too.
See, I'm happy with that one.
When I wake up tomorrow and they lose, I'll be very upset.
Don't worry, I'll be awake because my daughter will wake me up at 8 a.m. like she always does. She'll sit down and watch morning football with me while she's playing on her Switch, and I'll get screamed at about Mario Sunshine.
I gotta go mow my grass in the cold because I hate this weather.
I love October. I love spoopy season. I hate this cold, man.
I don't have enough jeans for this. All of them rip because they're the stretchy kind.
Felt.
I love stretchy jeans, by the way. They're the
Felt.
best.
Wrangler U-cut jeans.
Stretchy jeans.
Those are the U-cut stretchy.
Are they stretchy? I don't wear a Wrangler. I don't know.
Yeah, I had like 4 pairs of those. Those are all ripped now, but I love them.
It also doesn't help that I go exercise in them. I go for walks with them, so they're kind of tiresome. I'm so sorry. I didn't know people didn't run in jeans.
Oh, sweatpants, homie, tracksuit.
I'm lazy.
Get an Adidas tracksuit, please, and develop a Russian accent, please.
I have a Nike tracksuit.
We can work with that.
Squats. But all right, so you say Atlanta possibly, I say Dodgers possibly. Who knows who's going to win tomorrow?
It's going to be a fun game. This is the MLB postseason.
Oh.
This is the best time if you're a baseball fan and your team's not in it because you don't care and you're just having fun and you're just getting drunk like the rest of us.
And guess what comes back next week? NBA, October 22nd. And then we can bet on that with all the discounts and sports stuff. Yes.
I have made a decision. I need to watch more basketball games this year. I don't know if you guys could tell last year, I was not caught up on my basketball knowledge.
That's why
Reddit it's really hard.
You just go on Reddit and read and then pretend you
know
everything.
Honestly, I watch a lot of Chris Move. Not even gonna lie.
Chris Move waiting on a noob. I don't know.
Man down.
This is the best season because we have NHL that just started up this week, and the Kraken have those sexy uniforms that look like the Miami Vice Blue, like a teal.
They have also some of the best like stadium openings I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Hockey is just good with them, but no.
Shout out Blue Jackets.
Kraken
Let's go.
Uniforms. Now, because we have NHL that just started open. When the Penguins beat the defending champ of Lightning. And the Penguins didn't have their 2 best players, Malkin and Crosby, which is really funny because I was watching that game at a bar. Then we have the NBA starting back up next week. We're mid-season almost for NFL. We're in playoff mode for baseball. And the MLS is happening.
And NASCAR is ending.
Yeah, because Chase Elliott's doing really well, I believe. Isn't that right?
I have no idea. I don't watch NASCAR.
I think I saw something about it on B-Dubs. It was like, Chase Elliott's in the running for the postseason because I don't understand NASCAR playoffs anymore.
I don't understand how they work.
Yeah, I stopped watching NASCAR. I was a fan of Casey Kane and then
Jeff Gordon for me. I literally had a room with a checkered flag that my mom hand painted.
That nice DuPont blue, red, yellow car he had.
No. Pepsi. The Pepsi car with the Star Wars, like the episode 1 Phantom Menace car.
Oh yeah, that was good. But I actually have a classic of that car.
It's a classic. It's an absolute classic.
And then too many drivers changed. And now it's like, who do I root for anymore? It's kind of boring anyway, unless there's like crashes or it's like a special event like, Daytona.
Indy 500 or Brickyard 400, whatever the hell it's called now.
Yeah, it's Brickyard, I think still. And then the Indy 500 for the regular racing. It's great if you bet on it. Racing is fun if you bet on it. If you don't bet on it, it's Indy 500. Yeah. You were so close. You were way better than me and Chris. I was so upset my guy just crashed and like he had to go start from the back and I was winning the entire time. That was upsetting when that happened for us.
I love my wife. I really do.
Call back to when we bet on the Indy 500 in episode 23. I believe.
If you're right, I'm gonna laugh.
That'd be so funny if I was.
I was over at my wife's grandma's for that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my butt being glued to that TV, and Raven coming in and going like, "You hate racing." I'm like, "Yeah, but I have money on it." That was
sports betting makes things fun. If you want one of our promo codes, we will send them to you. I've asked DraftKings, please give me more promo codes. I will do this for you. And they're like, who are you? And I'm like, I have 30 followers on your social. Can I have something? Them. Who are you? Thanks, DraftKings. You're the best.
Tweet at DraftKings if you want us to get an MCT podcast promo code. Please. We would both very appreciate that.
Well, I've already applied for it. They just have to look at my review thing. And they'll be like, yeah, sure. Here are promo codes for you. Doubt they do it. So just ask us and we'll give you our promo codes.
Yeah.
We'll refer you as a friend. You're welcome.
Everybody.
And don't do Caesars Sportsbook. It's not that good. Don't do FanDuel's fine, but it's confusing. Caesar's confusing because it doesn't show you your bonuses. I mean, FanDuel is confusing because it doesn't show you your bonuses very well. Caesar's is confusing because the app is ugly and the odds are horrible. DraftKings is fine. Their payouts can be sometimes slow if you bet a lot, which happens with most apps, but it's very consistent. MGM is for losers, and Bets is stupid.
The more you know with Tade.
Exactly. Those are my reviews on all the apps. So bet on DraftKings. This is not an ad, but it could be.
I feel like this would be a Chris quote right here. The reviews that nobody asked for by Tade Manukian.
Exactly. My fun fact of the day, Tade's way. And my fun fact, my fun bets. So I'm going Cardinals as my underdogs, Chargers as underdogs. I'll go Jacksonville as underdogs too now, and then Colts. So those are my 4 picks. Michael's were
Colts aren't the
Cincinnati
underdogs.
and the
Colts
Saints.
are the heavy
They
favorites.
were heavy favorites, but I didn't say they were an underdog. I said I'm just betting on them.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I will probably make another 9-game parlay for the afternoon games. I will check my Twitter to see how that goes. If you see an
Ooh.
absolute jubilation,
If you guys go to pools right now, you can do the Survivor Series that's still ongoing. Michael, you should check your pool tab to make sure you join in on that second Survivor Series. Basically, you pick a team every week to win. If they win, you go on. If they lose, you die. I'm in the first one still, and I just joined the second one. My first one's doing great. I'm really hoping that the Cardinals win this weekend now.
I mean, if I join that, I'm probably going to bet on the Packers. So
It's free.
Yeah, why not? We'll do it.
It's free. So,
All right, Tade, we're getting close to that time.
Yeah.
In our effort to consolidate episodes, trying to get down to about an hour with Chris, though. You never know.
You never know. Yeah, no, right now we're running about 41 minutes in, basically. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Michael, what else do you think we should talk about? I think we've already covered almost everything that's happened this week that we care about. How about you?
No, I think we're pretty good.
All right.
Kike Hernandez is insane. John Gruden's a piece of garbage. Baseball playoffs are fun. The Colts are a little heart attack, and we covered our bets. So
right.
Yeah, I think we covered all bases.
Ladies and gentlemen, if there's a topic or sport you want us to cover that's in Indiana team, or just some national news, you let us know in the comments below. Oh, Michael, what do you have to say?
If you guys want us to branch out into more topics outside of sports, me and Craig have been having a little bit of a discussion about that lately. Please send me your ideas on what you want us to cover. There's a ton of stuff with DC, Marvel, gaming, everything. It's a whole vast universe out there, and we want to know what you want to see.
Buy Battlefield 2042. You're welcome.
Please play with us. Please.
But no, yeah, you let us know. We're here. CraigCrash TV is here for you. And that's been the MCT podcast, everybody. We hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Good night,
Good night, everybody.